El Camino People, the podcast, episode 11. Ultra fellow pilgrims, and welcome to El Camino People, the podcast. Today with you, Jose Mario Andric, pilgrim, entrepreneur, Pamplonica, and Camino lover. From today on, we will share Camino news and stories from pilgrims all over the world, pilgrims just like you, because Camino stories need to be told. Wanna walk with us? The Camino seems to be like the perfect place for musicians to find, the love for the art, the beautiful inspiration. The Camino has inspired so many, books, poets, movies, and musicians, no? And today with us, we are going to be talking with Mario Andric. He's a musician, and he walked the Camino not looking for that inspiration, but the Camino did bring the inspiration back. And in the notes you will see the beautiful song he wrote, and I just invite you to listen to all his music and to be with us and walk with us again to learn more about his Camino experience. Welcome one more time to El Camino People, the podcast. Today with us we have a long distance pilgrim and also a musician. His name is Mario Andric and he's from Vienna. Hi Mario, thanks to letting us having you here. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me. I'm really good. Yeah.
So ready to walk again or no yet?
Totally. Yeah.
I'm the same now. Today has been weather here in Pamplona is amazing, so it's been should I start walking again? So hopefully in the weekend I will go for a walk. So Mario, you are from Vienna. You lived all your life there. You are a graphic designer and a musician. And how that someone from Vienna ended up, thinking about the Camino? What was your experience growing up here? I'm from Pamplona, so I've been seeing the Camino all my life, and it took me also almost 30 years to get a step forward and start walking it. So how was it for you? How did you become aware of the Camino?
Well, I knew the Camino existed my whole life, basically. That's a pilgrimage, but I was more looking for something just to walk, and my first way I discovered was the PCT in America, but it was just too much for me to walk, and that's where I started to get more information about the Camino Frances in Spain, and started to get interested in. It's a trail in the west of America. It's like 4,000 miles from Mexico to Canada, and it's really tough one because you go through the desert, you go over the Sierras, and through rainy Washington to Canada, and it's like 5-6 months walking. So if you want to walk through,
it is crazy. I think it's one of the beautiful ones because also a lot of the pilgrims over there, you even get your own nickname, and one of the interesting things is that there's no hubs, there's no a lot of times there's no villages. You have to get out of the trail for a couple of days to go to a village, and then you have to go a couple of days. So usually it takes about 6 months, something like that, I think.
5-6 months.
5-6 months. So
crazy.
Maybe one day. So
maybe one day.
Then you check about the PCT, and you say that was a little too much for a European to go all the way over there for 6 months. So, and then why the Camino? How did the Camino finally got to your life?
Yeah, I was really in a stage of my life where I just worked, and I worked a lot, and I wasn't really happy, not just about my work, also my creative private life. I wasn't really inspired by anything. I was, walking, working, coming home, maybe meet some friends, and that's it, and nothing. I didn't travel a lot. I was just in a comfort zone and lazy, overweight. I was overweight because I quit smoking and I let myself really go. So that was also a big problem. And then I said, okay, I need to do something. I need to get back in shape. And walking was a really good plan for me, and especially also mentally to get really a little bit of free time. And yeah, I thought it's
Being born
good
in
way.
Vienna, were you really into hiking or mountain biking or any kind of sports, or weren't you really an active or more into soccer or anything like that?
Yeah, soccer. That's basically what I did my whole life. Walking or hiking just with school a day or two max. So I didn't
Yeah.
have real experience with that at all. But I started jogging, so I start to like it, and yeah, I thought walking is easy. I can do that.
And then tell us a little bit more. One day something came to your house, no? I guess there were two girls that there were something happened.
Yeah, it's random or maybe destiny, who knows.
Yeah.
But I was using couch surfing for a long time when I started to travel a little bit and to get out of my comfort zone. And then at one time, two girls messaged me that they need a place to stay. And that was basically the first and the last time somebody asked me, because at this time I was living in Fischerment outside from Vienna and nobody's coming there. So I was surprised, but I hosted them, and they were walking the Camino through Austria. They started in Bratislava, and the way is going through Fischerment, and I didn't know that. And then I found out, and I was like, okay, I can do that. It's not that risky. And because going to Camino Frances to Spain to take off 1 month and all my holidays are gone and maybe I don't like it, blah, blah, blah. And I was just too afraid to, or I wasn't brave enough to make the decision. That's why I started in Austria, because it was just two stations with the train, and I'm at the border to Slovakia. So I started to walk through Austria.
How is the marking of the Camino over there? Is really well marked, and like, do they have to do like some research, or is really easy to follow?
It's good, but you need to have a book or a map, because you can get lost easy, especially at the beginning. Vienna, the region, it's really not that good. But when you come to Salzburg and Tyrol, it's better. But it's okay. It's okay, and you can get also GPS and stuff. So
I guess it's totally different than what you see on the Camino Frances, no? I mean, like the land has to be beautiful over there.
yeah, it's totally different, and that's also a good thing for me to see Austria, because I saw a lot of Austria, but not that much. And I don't know, Goethe said that you only were somewhere where you went by foot. So
Yeah.
when you walk,
That's so true. Walking, you discover so much than any
yeah.
other way of traveling.
And not that so much touristic things, simple things, but beautiful.
Yeah. So, did you find any other pilgrims when you were doing, the Vienna and the Austria way, or wasn't there many pilgrims doing the Camino?
5 people.
5?
800 kilometers. I met a lot of people, but 5 pilgrims.
5 real pilgrims that were doing the whole thing. Because what is the distance from your house to Santiago if you make it just one way?
It's like 3,200, something like that.
3,200 kilometers. Not bad. So an average of 20 kilometers a day, that's pretty good. And then you decided to do all the Austria, all the Caminos by little, not the first stages.
Yes.
And then what happened after that? Well, how do you decided that you were ready to make the final step and walk?
Yeah, a lot of things happened because of the walking. I was getting really confident, and I quit my job. So I started a new job just to have something new experience. And it was a totally different branch, but it was really cool at the time. And also the walking was good for my body. I started to work out more, and I felt really good. And when I finished Austria, I was like, okay, now I can go to Spain and walk the Camino Frances. But when I talked with my boss, he was like, yeah, we can't do that. It's too much. And we tried to split so I can do it in 2. But I did so many stages in Austria. I didn't want to split the walk. I want to go through. So after a little bit of talking, we decided to go separate ways, and I quit the job. And yeah.
So how long were you in that job since you changed?
1.5 year.
1.5 years. Okay, so long
Mm,
enough, but still.
yeah, yeah. It was really good time, and I was sad leaving, but I don't know, priorities, you know.
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
things come in life where, wherever
mm,
you need it. As I always say, the Camino is not you, the one that makes the decision of walking. It's the
mm,
Camino that makes the decision of calling you to walk him.
yeah, yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah, you have no point on that one. So then you
Mhm.
decided you quit your job. You tell your family, I just quit my job and I'm gonna be walking for 3 months. How does your family and your friends react to that?
Really good actually. Supportive, and they were happy for me, and most of the friends were jealous. They want to go with me, but yeah, so it
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, real life and real families and stuff. It happens the same with my friends. I'm like a lot of them. Once you have
Mm,
commitments in life that you cannot leave behind, there is no way you
yeah,
can walk for 3 months. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you better take a chance. And how was the preparation? I'm like, you've been walking for 3 days, 4 days, and suddenly you are gonna start on a journey of 3 months. How did you prepare for that?
There was not really a big change. It was my bag was more or less the same, with two socks, two underwear, two shirts. So nothing really changed that much about the packing. And the problem was that I was really getting again in bad shape, because I knew I was walking like 3 months. I will lose weight, and I was like, okay, I don't. But that was really a bad decision. But yeah,
So you were filling
after
filling up for the Camino,
yeah,
carbo
yeah,
loading
totally. I
for
was
three
getting,
months.
I don't know, 10 kilograms again up,
Really?
but yeah, I lost 20 again when I walked. So
Oh,
it was all good.
That's amazing. And then when you decided to start your Camino again, what was your point of where did you start?
So when I quit the job, I had 2 weeks of holiday I had to get rid of. So I didn't want to go holiday or everything, waste money. So I already started where I left off in Rankwell, the border in Swiss. So I walked 2 weeks, 10, 11 days, and I reached Thun. It's like the middle of Swiss. Bern is nearby. And then I went back home, worked for 1 month, and then early September back to Thun, and I was free to go to Santiago.
How is the albergues, the restaurants on that area? It's really easy to find a place to sleep. It's cheaper. It's more expensive than the normal Camino. It's similar to the Frances.
Austria was great because there were a lot of monasteries
Okay.
and churches where you can sleep. It's like Donativo, and it was really cool. And Swiss was crazy expensive, so there was not really much. A couple of monasteries and churches, but you have to pay there, and not. It was expensive,
Swiss, I
and
guess, no?
yeah, yeah, totally. So there were also a lot of bed and breakfast kind of stuff, because there wasn't really albergues or.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say about the
Mm,
Swiss, about France, that it depends where you stay, that you have to go to bed and breakfast or even hotels
yeah,
just
yeah.
to.
Mm.
Okay. And then you start over there and then you keep going down to France. How was France? How did you start feeling more
France
like
was
a pilgrim? Were you meeting more
yeah.
people or?
Mm. I met a lot of people in Swiss too.
Oh,
So Swiss was really a hotspot, because a lot of people from Germany and from the
oh, they
north,
get together over there.
yeah, they're meeting in Swiss, and also a lot of Austrians then. Maybe a
Really?
good time, yeah.
So how many
So I
people
met.
were you walking like every day over there?
It's not like you walk really with a group, but
Yeah,
you walk with, I don't know, you meet one or two people a day, which is
that's
for me crazy, because
that's
in
pretty
Austria I
good.
met 5 people. So yeah.
Yeah.
but it was Swiss was really starting to get. I started to get the feeling about walking with other pilgrims and meeting and talking, and it was really cool. And France was crazy. It's really not that much like on the Camino Francis, but still a lot of people. So a lot of friends and yeah, other
So what was the
nations.
point where you feel like you were going to more, like a more pilgrim, or when was the spot? Was it in San Jan? Was it prior to San Jan? Oh,
Lepui was,
Le Puy is the
yeah,
big,
that's
I guess.
really where the Gîtes kind of starts, albergues.
The
It's really,
Guité, yeah. For the
it
ones that don't
totally,
know, the Guités are the albergues in the French Camino.
yeah, yeah, Gîte d'étape.
Yeah. But they
So,
say it's beautiful. I walk a couple of that areas, but never with the Camino. But they say it's beautiful, the area of Le Puy, you know?
yeah, yeah, Lepui was amazing. And also the part from Lepui to Conques is
Uh-huh.
like, it's like a new hotspot. A lot of Americans go there because it's less crowded, but it's really beautiful.
Yeah,
And
it's getting the Le Puy part is getting really popular worldwide. It's true. I don't know
mm,
why or how, but more people are
yeah,
start to walk in that area. And then once you arrived to Saint John, what was the feeling? You already been walking for like 2 months by the time you
two
arrived
months, yeah,
to
yeah,
Saint John. And how was the feeling of kind of like getting to Spain, like finally making the last?
yeah. No, it was amazing. It was for me like maybe not like coming to Santiago, but it was near that feeling. I was so emotional getting to Saint Jean because I was looking, I don't know, 3-4 years to go to Saint Jean to walk the Camino Frances, planning to go with a train or with a bus, and I ended up walking there. So it was really amazing being in Saint Jean. It was really one of my best days.
And how was it going up to the to Roncesvalles? Did you go all the way up, or did you surround the
Yeah,
mountains
no, 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 no.
the proper way?
Straight to Roncesvalles, and it was crazy because I was at that time I was walking with a group, Pierre from France, Andri from Switzerland, and Salome from Switzerland. We met around Le Puy, and we ended up walking to Saint Jean together for 3 weeks, and it was really great. And when we came to Saint Jean and started to go Roncesvalles, it's like we are the professionals and other are amateurs. So because we
Yeah,
walked, I don't know, so long, and for us it was like jumping over a mountain. We have no problems at all. So
I
it was
guess.
really windy. It was really crazy from the weather, but the body was working just fine. So
I guess it's the same feeling as a pilgrim that walks from Saint Jean to Sarriá, and in Sarriá you see all the people with the small little backpacks. No,
yeah,
you get to Saint Jean after walking 2 months over the highest mountains in Europe, going to
yeah.
cold weather, getting everything, and suddenly you get to Saint Jean and you see everybody super clean, super ready, and you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, excited to start, and we are like, okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
it is working. We've been doing it for 2 months, 3 months.
yeah, yeah.
Did you met anyone that was doing like a crazy like a journey? Like I have met, people going from England. When you were walking your Camino, did you met anyone that was like from Russia or from really, really far away, or some stories that were kind of like, wow?
The craziest what I saw in France was a guy from Germany walking to Santiago and walking back.
Well, I hear a
Yeah,
couple of those from Germany. I don't know if it's
and
the same one. I hope it's not, but
no, I heard about, I don't know. And also we met a guy in France. He was walking with a donkey and walking back with a kid. And in France they have like a system where if a kid is uh, under 18 and he has done something bad, stealing or something,
oh,
they
they put
don't
it
go
in
to
the.
jail. They can walk the Camino. And
I know, I hear
so,
about it, and it's amazing. I know that they're trying to do something similar in Spain. I even know
mhm,
that there is a jail that they walk with the inmates. They do the Camino for
mhm.
like 2 weeks, and it's been proved that it helps a lot. So all these ideas, I'm like, what is better? If you're a teenager and you are doing
Yeah.
something in your country that walking for a
Mhm.
month with a donkey. I'm like, if you don't get your mind back.
Yeah, yeah. No, amazing, amazing.
Nothing will do it. And then you go back to Spain, you go over the Pyrenees, and suddenly you are in the Camino Frances, the thing that you waited and waited for.
Mhm.
How was the going through, getting to the Meseta?
It was amazing, the whole experience, because we walked so much, so we had no physical problems, and we really can enjoy all the walking and all the meeting with new people, and it was a good time because it's not so crowded, and really enjoyed
Did you?
because yeah, there was a lot of musicians on the way, so we started to jam and to play, and it was just amazing.
That is one of the things that all my life I always wanted to play the guitar or something. I try, but I'm not. I'm too ADD to learn or to something. But we have a friend that he did the Camino with a little ukulele, and it's
Mhm.
amazing. I'm like, how do you bring people together? that's one of the things that this will be, one musician in every Camino family to build up and to warm up the people. And did you continue the Frances with all the same people that you walk in France, or did you break up, or how was the?
We had to say goodbye to Pierre in Pamplona because he was waiting for his family. His parents wanted to walk with him a couple of days, so it was sure we will not see again. So, but I still walked with Andri, the young Swiss guy. He's like 20 years old, and it was not like, okay, let's go together. It just happened. We had the same tempo, and he didn't have a phone. We could really arrange it, but
He was walking with no phone. 20 years old.
Yeah,
he was
20 years without phone. Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah,
incredible. And then you, for the people that don't know, you are a musician. You do great music, but you were in a time, as you say, that you weren't able to write a song for years. You were stuck. How was the Camino? How were you feeling your creativity? How was it growing on?
The first thing, I met Susie in Gragnon.
Gragnon, one of the best places ever in the
best
world.
Places.
I love
the church
it.
up
Oh my God! When you go to the church in the top,
yeah.
I don't know why. I just posted a picture on Instagram yesterday of the day that we spent the night sharing over there. When you go to the choir and you stay there, but I don't know. It's one of those places that it will be in everybody's heart for forever if you sleep there.
Totally, and it was really amazing. And I met Susie there, and we basically played the whole time. There was, there's a piano, you have guitars, ukulele. So we jammed and we played the whole time. And it was amazing. A lot of people and really great. And at this time, there was also Nadav. He's a guy from Israel. And he's like a poet and really, really, really cool dude. And he told Susie a line like, they ask me where I'm going. I'm just walking. And she took off this line and wrote a song about it. And
right there in the moment.
Not in the moment, but while she was walking. And I didn't met her or Nadav for a long time. Then I met Nadav a couple of times. And when I was walking through the Meseta to Leon, and after Leon, I got a message from Susie that she wrote a song on the way. And that's where I also started to think about writing a song.
So till that moment, you didn't think about your music, about your nothing. Not even
nothing.
Came to your mind, like you were kind of like, I don't know, all my friends that they are musicians, so they believe they are musicians. They are always, I'm writing, or the ones that they're architects, when they go to the way, they start drawing. But for you, till that moment in Leon, you've been working already for 2 months and a half. Not even one time you think about writing music there.
Nope. I have, especially I had really no expectations at all. I was just walking.
I'm saying that's great. I'm like, as I always say, it's not what you want from the Camino, it's what the Camino gives you. And it's right that the Camino puts Susie and the other guys in the way for you.
Yeah, it was just random stuff that happened. And I was still walking with Andri. He was making fun of me because I was walking, I have a melody in my head, and I was taking my phone and I was singing the melody just to have a reminder, or have a line, and it was like, what are you doing? So it was crazy. And when I came back home, I listened to all the audios I recorded way on the way, and amazing just how it's, the creativity starts to work.
In a known way. So tell us a little bit more about your music. What is your style? What kind of music do you do for the ones that don't know you?
I play music my whole life, basically. I started to play the guitar I was like 12 or something years old, and I played in a Croatian folklore.
Oh, cool.
In Vienna, and that's where I got my first stage experience. And then I also started to have a band, and we played more or less rock pop kind of stuff. And I also started to write songs as soon as I learned 3 chords, but there was just, not really quality. It was just the beginning.
That's the typical Spanish one.
Kids kind of songs.
Were you self-taught, or did you go to music school or anything? Or?
No, autodidact. I was at that time no internet, no nothing. So it just happened. So I don't know. With books or stuff like that.
And right
And
now, what kind of music do you think you play? Like, what will be your style or your inspiration or your musicians that you get inspired by?
For the last couple of years, I started to play more acoustically, so more like folk and blues kind of stuff. That's where I feel really comfortable, and I like to listen to this kind of music.
Yeah,
Now.
I like your style. Like, if I will put your website and also your YouTube channels and your Instagram on the notes of the program. But for anyone that wants to, it's really clear, really clean acoustics. For me, it reminds me kind of like, I don't know, Mumford and Sons, some kind of like
Yeah.
folklore, European, but also you only play, oh, most of it is just acoustic. It's just you, your guitar, your computer, all over the world playing.
It's mostly me playing, but I also have a lot of friends now because I'm recording more songs now. So I start to record with a couple of friends who are good musicians, so I don't have to do everything alone.
So there is one when I met you, I'm like I suddenly discovered your great song, the one that is your cover, your new, your reborn, as a musician say, the I'm Gone. I'm
Yes,
like,
yes.
it is incredible. When you read it, you find it's really deep. Can you tell us a little bit more about how or when was this song born? Was in the Camino? Was after the Camino? Was during and after?
I wrote it when I came back, and that's where I really started to write songs, because at the time I didn't have really a guitar, so you only have guitars maybe on an albergue or something.
Yeah.
And when I came home, and the thing is, I also never wrote a song in English because English is my third language. So I was like, oh, it's not.
Because what is your first language? Is German?
My mother tongue is Croatian, but German and then English.
And then English. Okay.
But when I came home, maybe because I spoke English for 3 months, it was for me easy to adapt, or I don't know. And it just started to flow. I don't know how to say it. And yeah, it was really inspired by the time before my Camino, and also the people I met. And you talk a lot, and people are really straightforward. There is no small talk on the Camino.
No,
so
that's that. I say it all the time, and I know I repeat myself sometimes, but that's why I created Camino People, because at the end, the Camino is not about the Camino; it's about the people, and that's how.
Absolutely.
And it's incredible how people open up. Even when the people that you know for an hour, you tell them more things that you will tell your friends from your life. So
yeah.
And then you start with "I'm Gone." Why I'm Gone?
I thought it's a good starting point for my new music journey, because it's basically where everything began. So with walking the Camino, and so I thought, okay, yeah, that's the song I want to put out first.
So now, for all of you, here goes Mario Andric, "When I'm Gone."
I wanna go away from this place and just walk alone, to find some space where I can face what's going on below. I know I lost myself and I couldn't even tell. Thought that I was doing well while I was living in a cell. Without light, without a chance to escape, I would walk day and night just to finally arrive where I belong. Even if it's 2,000 miles or 2,000 more, I am gone. go away from this place and just try to find a way to clear my head and mind, slow down the time. I know I lost myself and I couldn't even tell. Thought that I was doing well while I was living in a cell, without light, without a chance to escape. I would walk day and night just to finally arrive where I belong. Even if it's 2,000 miles or 2,000 more, I am gone. I am gone. I would walk day and night just to finally arrive where I belong. Even if it's 2,000 miles or 2,000 more, I am gone. I am gone. I am gone.
Tell us a little bit more about the meaning of the song. I love it starts with, I want to go away from this place and just want to walk alone to find some space where I can face what's going on below.
Yeah,
I think this is the starting point for so many people in the Camino, in their lives. That is just, the way you simplify it and put it there is great.
Yeah, that's basically my motivation to go. So to get a time alone and to think about am I happy? And at the end of the day, I think the most important question you can ask yourself is, are you happy? And if it's not, can you change it? If you can, then change it, And sometimes we don't know what we want or what life could give us. So it's a good way to find peace and to find maybe not an answer, but I'll always tell people I don't know where I'm going. What's the destination? I just know, the...
Yeah, that I'm getting there. I always say the same, I don't know where I'm going. A lot of people, they tell me, you take different paths. I'm like, I know that I may be lost, and you say it perfectly, I know I lost myself and I couldn't even tell, thought that I was doing well while I was living in a cell. And I think that's, the biggest problem that we have in society nowadays, that people are living without realizing that that's not living at all. And that's what you say, if you are not happy, live it, go, find yourself, find...
Yeah, we are trapped in this lifestyle with, you work, you go on holidays and you buy stuff and stuff will make you happy. And when you realize it doesn't make you happy, you think, okay, it's not the problem of the way we live. It's I'm the problem. Something is wrong with me. And so, yeah.
And we are so being told that nowadays, you have to get your house, your car, you need to start your family, you need to have your 1 month vacation. Now even some people tell you have to walk the Camino. I'm like, no, you walk the Camino whenever you want. You walk the Camino that calls you, and if you want to walk around your house for a month, just do it. But go.
Yeah, it's just like I said before, priorities. For me, it's not easy to quit the job and all the possibilities I left behind. But I was feeling it's the right decision. And it's scary, but It's one life.
But that's what I believe. If you take steps forward and they're not scary, it does that you're not taking any chances in the world. If everything that you do is easy,
Yes, exactly.
what is the point? I'm like, the beauty of the Camino is to push yourself to a different place, mentally, physically. Sometimes will be both, sometimes will be just one. But if you are feeling, as you say, comfortable, that's when we get, in a point that you say, I'm okay. Are you happy? I don't know, but I'm okay.
Yeah.
So then you walk, and how was getting to Santiago? How was the arrival after 3 months of walking?
Yeah, we had first we had big problems in Galicia, the first mountains.
Really?
The two mountains, it was snowing like crazy.
Oh, so by that time you were probably October, November.
Yes, it was early November, and it was like a snowstorm when we got up to the Cruz de Ferro. We almost missed it because we couldn't see it through the snow. Yeah, it was crazy. And after we went, I don't know what the first place is called after the Cruz Ferro. We stopped there, and the next day we went down from the mountain, and we heard that the roads were closed for 2-3 days. It was too dangerous to go up there. Yeah, it was really not that. It was sketchy to walk through the snow, and it also, the second mountain was also really snowy, and it was really tough, but it was also an adventure. And I was, at the time, I lost Andri, but I was walking with Josh and Laura, Josh from Australia and Laura from Germany. But then I lost them too, and I was like walking alone to Santiago. So, and that was probably the last day was my worst day ever. It was it was raining like crazy the last couple of days. I was tired because I want to catch up with Josh and Laura to get at the same time to Santiago, because Josh was leaving and I want to say goodbye. But then I made it to Santiago. I met, 10 kilometers before Santiago, I met Susie again, and she was like, okay, cool, now we can record the song, because the song she wrote, and it was a plan, if we arrive at the same time, we can record the song. And we did, and we went together to Santiago, met with Josh, Laura. I met Andri again. He arrived at the same time. And a lot of people I met all the way from Germany and Netherlands, Italy. So we were like 20 people celebrating the night in Santiago. It was amazing. It was perfect.
Yeah, that's one of the best things of doing in Santiago that I always recommend people. If you're walking for a long time, stay for 1 day or two, and you will see everybody that have walked with you. Yeah, I used to go to the Plaza to the Obradoiro to see people coming, and it's one of those feelings that when you see a face that you know and is hugging you when you arrive to Santiago, it's incredible.
Yeah. No, amazing time, and we stayed there for 1 day, and we recorded the song. I don't know if you saw also the Camino song.
I don't think so. Isn't your normal profile in YouTube?
No, it's on Susie's profile.
I don't have Susie, but if you pass me, I will put it also in the. We will play it now, and we will also. So how was the song? How was the feeling of? I'm like, after so long, finally you were playing with someone, another musician, after walking the Camino. How was the feeling of writing a song and playing a song of the Camino in the Camino?
That was also really an amazing story, because the song is so beautiful, and it's also like, Nadav gave the idea and she wrote the song, and I didn't have a guitar in Santiago. We couldn't find a guitar, so I somehow found a guitar in a second-hand store for €40.
And you bought it?
Yeah, I bought it. And because I was recording all the stuff with my cameras, my walk, I had the equipment. So we recorded in front of the cathedral, which was lucky because no rain at the time.
Wow.
So it was really amazing. And all the people helped out, Laura with the cameras. And it was really an amazing time. And it really inspired me to also write music. And especially when I now had a guitar, I decided, okay, cool, now I can write a little bit of music. And we also went together, the group of people, to Finisterre, and I took the guitar with me in 2 plastic bags. So we were walking to Finisterre, I don't know, 3 days, and played all the nights in the albergues and had really, really great time together.
That's amazing. We should do like a fun or trying to find a way that in every albergue there should be a guitar. And like
usually it was.
In some of them they are.
In Santiago, we couldn't find anything. I was walking to the cafes to see if there is a guitar somewhere, but just decoration. So yeah, and yeah, I ended up buying one, and it was also a fun story because now we thought, okay, what should I do with the guitar? Should I leave it in albergue? And there is also this tradition to burn stuff in Finisterre.
Yeah, that we have to tell pilgrims not to do because lately they've been a couple fires over there, and also it's illegal. Okay. You can get a ticket. Yeah. But anyway, the real tradition has been said that it's in the cathedral, on the top of the cathedral in Santiago, there is a place where the pilgrims will burn their clothing because it was horrible, of course. I'm like, can you imagine in the old days? If now we smell like shit, in the old days I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to sleep with another pilgrim close to you. But that's the real tradition of burning things on top of the cathedral. The one at Fisterra or Finisterre has been kind of like a new thing that now we have to remember to everyone, to remind everyone that it's illegal. And it has caused many trouble because sometimes people, they don't take care of the fire. And you know that if you are a backpacker, you know what to do with the fire. But some people, they just go there and what happened in Fisterre stays in Fisterre, but a lot of things. If you want to have fun and do a big fire, go with the family to the beach and you will have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah. Now I was like, no, I won't burn a guitar. That's not in my blood. I can't hurt.
That would be against your soul.
Yeah. So I thought, okay, I'll leave it in an albergue, but I ended up taking it with me because it's a nice souvenir. So it's now hanging at my wall.
Wow. That's amazing. Mm. And how was a lot of people have one of the biggest troubles, and I guess for you probably was, the Camino doesn't start when you start walking and doesn't finish when you arrive to Santiago. The Camino, the hard part of the Camino is when you arrive back home. And for you, after 3 months of walking, how was going back home, getting back to your life, getting back to your music, to your job? How was the transition?
It was really difficult because I just went from Finisterre back to Santiago and then a flight back from Porto. From one day to another, you were at home, and it was really, really hard for me. I heard there is this post-trail Camino blues when you come home, and it is. So I was really not depressed, but I was really sad, So, but it was before Christmas, so okay, it was kind of okay.
Okay, a good time.
You can have good times with family, and I also missed my family and my friends, and but it was not that easy to come back. But that's where the music started. So to write songs about the Camino, to go through my videos and pictures and stuff. And we also, American girl, when we left from Finisterre, Audrey, said, the real Camino starts now. So you have to try to focus on life and to get all the good parts you learn on the Camino to, in the real life, somehow to adapt it.
Yeah, I guess that's the most important things. When you walk, you only focus on the basic things of life: food, friends, having fun, enjoying, and once we go home, to try to get all those things on your everyday. Sometimes even for myself, I have to remind me, life is still the same. It's just some things change it. But so what now? What is waiting for Mario Andric now? You have your new music ready. I think you have a lot of songs ready to be published.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm working now on my second single, and there will be an EP. I don't know, maybe in May. So like 7 songs, and basically all 7 songs are somehow Camino related. So that's one project. The second project is, I don't know, I met after Le Puy, I met a woman from the States. She is like working for the Newport Beach Film Festival, and I was recording all the time, all my trip, and I did a little bit of vlogs. You find it on my. That's basically for my parents and from families to see how it was like. And but maybe I'll make a little short movie or something. So that's still in my head. I still don't know exactly what or how, but yeah.
That something will come out. It is funny because there's a couple of musicians projects in the Camino. There is even one guy that he walked all the way with the cello playing in every city and inviting people to play with him. I don't know if you know about him.
No.
So there's some beauty in the Camino that inspired, artists and people that bring together. And I don't know why music has that power, but that would be amazing.
Simple. It's like a language everybody understands.
It is. At the end, it doesn't matter whatever, but there's some songs that if you play, that everybody around is gonna go get together. And even I remember my Camino, we used to be, looking for the lyrics on Instagram or on internet or whatever, just to be able to play it and to sing all together. So, is there gonna be any more Caminos? Is you gonna be waiting for a little bit more, or?
There will have for sure, because it's kind of addictive. But still, because I met a lot of people who walk the Camino 7 times, 8 times, really crazy. And also there's a guy who's now walking for 5 years.
Yeah.
Not just Camino.
I interviewed him 2 weeks ago.
Andre?
Yeah, the guy from the US that was walking worldwide?
No.
Oh, no. So there is another guy there?
There's another guy.
Oh, wow. So there's 2 guys that they've been walking. This guy has a 5-year program too. He's been walking for 3 years. He crossed all the United States from Texas all the way down. Then he went to Europe, and now he has like a 1 year to go.
Oh, my God.
Another crazy guy. But again, there is something with walking that inspires people.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I also feel it. I will walk my whole life, so that's for sure. Maybe not always the Camino, maybe not always with the goal to go to Santiago, but Via Francigena, or in Norway there's a great hike. Yeah, Olaf, yes,
Olaf Trail.
PCT, AT, CDT, there are so many.
The Inca Trail, the Kumano Kodu, Sikoku Trail. I know. It's horrible. I was supposed to be going in a week to the Francigena, but of course now with the whole virus, it got cancelled. But as I said, the Caminos is just one. All the Caminos take you to the most important place, that is yourself. So at the end, it doesn't matter if it goes to Santiago, if it goes to Rome, if it goes to wherever. But the thing is, the most important thing is just to keep on walking. Yeah,
for sure.
So thank you very much, Mario. Thanks for letting us, enjoy your music, and for lighting us off Camino with your songs. I invite anyone to really listen to I'm Gone, because I really think that if you walk the Camino, you are gonna really, really relate to that, and probably to all the other songs that have been written about the Camino. It's gonna be, every time I play it, it brings me back to the Camino, and also with your videos, that is so beautiful the way you present the Camino to everybody. So thanks a lot for doing all of that for the pilgrims out there. And hopefully we will see you again and talk more about your new CD when it comes out. And maybe even invite you to play it here in Pamplona for us.
Yeah, I totally love to do it.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much. Buen Camino, and buen día, Mario.
Buen Camino. Okay.
Thanks for listening to El Camino People, the podcast. If you'd like to listen to another songs, or read our amazing Camino People stories, go to our website elcaminopeople.com. And if you have any other questions, you are wondering, you need help, or you need to do anything, please feel free to contact us, and we would love to help you. Also, remember, we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are still doing our live in Instagram once in a while, and also we are doing our roundtables on Facebook and YouTube on Wednesdays. So be there, and thank you for listening again, and buen camino.